The best place to start is interest rates. If you're going to take anything away from this course, let it be this. Interest rates are the driving force of the Forex markets. I repeat, interest rates are the driving force of the Forex markets. Obviously, there's a lot more to fundamental analysis than just interest rates. But if you're going to use any part of fundamental analysis for Forex trading, let it be this. Interest rates. In this video, I'm going to teach you the basics of interest rates, inflation and central banks, because they all go hand in hand. They have a direct relationship with each other. The video will be straightforward, to the point, short and simple. So let's jump right in. Let's get started. Let's start with inflation. I'm pretty sure that everyone watching this video, listening to my voice, has heard of inflation. And I'm pretty sure that most people watching, listening, knows what inflation is. It is the rise in the cost of goods and services. Things go up in price over time, don't they? You go shopping, it gets more and more expensive every time you go. That's what inflation is. It's the rise in that price, rise in cost. There's also deflation and disinflation. Deflation is when inflation starts to come down. So a reversal of inflation. So inflation comes up, deflation starts to come down. What's disinflation then? Disinflation is the negative of inflation. It's the opposite of inflation. It's when prices are coming down and keep dropping down. It doesn't happen very often. Most of the time you're going to be tracking inflation and deflation. And these figures are released month on month. So comparing 1 month to the previous month and year on year. So comparing this month's figure to the year previous, the month, same month, corresponding month in the year previous. Why is it so important to track these things? Because it all impacts interest rates, which is what this video is about. I personally track year on year. I don't track month on month. These are economic indicators. They signal inflation. They signal things that could happen in the Forex markets. The year on year figure I find is a bit more zoomed out, gives you a better overview. It's like looking at the daily time frame or the weekly time frame or the price action, whereas a month on month is a bit too zoomed in for me. But it doesn't really matter. People have their preference and they use month on month figures or year on year figures. So let's move on to the next slide. That's inflation. Central banks. So central banks have a duty, and it's their main duty, to fight inflation, deflation and disinflation. One of their main purposes of existence is to fight inflation, deflation, disinflation. A central bank is not your high street bank. A central bank is generally an organization within a country or a group of countries, like the European Central Bank for the EU. And it does lots of things, but its main task is to fight inflation, deflation and disinflation. Examples of central banks are like the Bank of England here in the UK, the European Central Bank for the EU, which I've already mentioned, the Bank of Japan, the Bank of Canada, the Federal Reserve is the central bank in the US, the Swiss National Bank, which is the central bank for Switzerland, and there are many, many more. The main way these central banks fight inflation is through interest rates, and this is where inflation and interest rates are linked. If inflation's too high, if it's coming up too quickly, which is a problem, then central banks generally put interest rates up. That's the most orthodox approach. Is if inflation's coming up, then interest rates go up. If inflation is not high enough, because believe it or not, central banks want some inflation, generally around 2% per year, that's what they want. If it's much lower than that, or if we have disinflation, doesn't happen very often, but there's disinflation, then interest rates generally come down. So this is how interest rates and inflation is linked. Inflation going up, interest rates go up to tackle that. inflation coming down, interest rates can come down to tackle that. So what is good for a currency? What is bad for a currency? Because this is what we want to know. We want to be able to predict where future price is going to be. So what is good for a currency? Generally, an increase in interest rates. So if interest rates are coming up, that's generally good for a currency. It gives currency strength. Whereas if interest rates are coming down or predicted to come down, that can weaken a currency. So if inflation is coming up, that can actually strengthen a currency because we're expecting rate hikes, a increase in interest rates. Whereas if inflation's too low or we're seeing disinflation, that's generally bad for a currency because we're expecting interest rates to start coming down. So interest rates go up, the currency will go up. Interest rates go down, the currency can go down. There's more to this than just a central bank is expecting to raise interest rates, so let's buy that currency and we make money. There are things like carry trade. So if you've learned about carry trade, that comes into play. A currency or a country with a high interest rate is generally good to buy for carry trade purposes. You can make money holding that currency. It becomes cheap. You can get a yield on that currency that you're holding. I don't really want to go into carry trade in this video, but that also influences the currency price. So how to forecast interest rates? Well, track inflation. Inflation is the main influencer of future interest rates. As I said before, if you're going to take anything away from this course, let it be this. Interest rates are the driving force of the Forex markets. If you're going to stop the course now, I don't suggest you do that, but if you do it now, if you stop now, apply this. Just focus on inflation. Inflation will help you know, or help you to predict where interest rates are going to be in the future. That will move the currency if your prediction is right. I'm obviously around to answer your questions, so leave them in the comment section below. I'll do my best to help you use this. It's very important. Thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you in the next video.